about the first real job you ever had. You were fresh out of school, you didn't know that much about the context, or you didn't have really experience, and you learned by doing the work, by making low-stake mistakes. That role, when you were allowed to build that judgment and that instinct and context, that is disappearing right now. Researchers tracked what happened to employment after ChatGPT launched in late 2022. The finding is surgical. Employment for 22 to 25-year-old in AI-exposed jobs, that would be software development, customer service, financial analysis, those dropped significantly. Meanwhile, workers who are 30 and older in those same roles, the employment grew. Now, here's the part that changed how I think about this. AI is pretty good at replicating that codified knowledge, that textbook information, a structured information. However, it's not really good at replicating tacit knowledge. That would be your judgment, the instinct, the context that you build by doing the work. So the people most at risk are not the least educated anymore. They're the most recently educated people, because the knowledge they have is pretty much all codified and textbook knowledge. They haven't yet had the chance and years to build that tacit knowledge. But here's what the doom headlines leave out. Research analyzing nearly 1 billion job ads across 6 continents found that workers with AI skills now earn a 56% wage premium over peers in the same roles without those skills. Double what it was last year. And roles that didn't even exist 5 years ago now exist. Those are AI trainees, AI collaboration architects, and all the fancy words that's coming. So the floor is falling so fast for people who don't adapt, but also the ceiling is rising for people who do. The question is no more about if your team is being impacted by AI, is about where your people are and where that value is going, and as a leader, how you can build a bridge between them. And building that bridge is not as easy as, oh, I'm going to give AI tools to my team and I'm going to force measure for them to use it. It's way more complicated than that. And that's where the part 2 of information is coming handy. The jagged frontier, why your team is using AI wrong. Have you ever given your team AI tools when your team knows the basics of how to use AI? That would be how to prompt as an example. But then the result come back inconsistent. Some of them really crushing the output, while some other ones, they don't really produce high quality output. If you know that when it comes to AI skill sets, they have similar skills, then the problem is not a people problem. The problem most probably is understanding where is that AI frontier in your team. Harvard Business School partnered with BCG and experimented on 758 consultants. So these are not entry-level roles. These are pretty senior consultants with the task that look similar because they're all consulting. So they all follow really a similar framework, but they notice that the results and the outputs are significantly different. If the task fall inside AI frontier, the quality jumped 40%, speed increased 25%, and people completed 12% more tasks. While for tasks that fell outside the frontier, performance actually dropped 23%. Basically, people trusted AI when they shouldn't have, and they stopped using their own judgment, which that really negatively impacted the performance. And Professor Ethan Malik from Wharton School explains this really well. He says we need to move from prompt engineering to management of the AI. So how does it work in your own team? How to really identify where that AI frontier is? It's really similar to when you hire someone who's strong but new to the team. You're not going to trust them with everything they want and just hand everything over them and not even oversee them. What you're going to do is that you're going to give them something that probably is more structured. You know what the output should look like. And over time, and as you trust them more, you're going to give them more different tasks. And over time, you're really going to build a mental map of this person crushes X. When it comes to Y, they need some help with some other people, and do not ever give them Z. So it's the same with AI. You want to really categorize your task into 3 buckets. The first one is run with it. That's when you're going to give AI full authority to automate something. And of course, you always need to review it, especially in the beginning if you're not sure about the output. But that's the one that you can trust the AI. And that's usually when you have something that's repeatable, it's structured. There's a lot of knowledge already, digital knowledge in your team about it. The example would be if your team build an API integration, the technical specs exist, the endpoints are defined, the error codes are mapped, and you just really need to manually document that. Now, if you want to give it to someone to manually document it, it could take between half a day to 1 day, depending on how skilled they are. But if you give it to AI, it's only going to take 20 minutes. The second bucket is let's jam on this. You use this bucket when you need two brains, when one brain on its own might not be really as great at the two brain working on that task. So an example would be if you're trying to build your data governance framework, you want to look into what's the external regulatory mandate for your own specific industry. What are the document templates that is available in your company? What are the data classification and how to map it to different roles? All of that can be done by AI, but AI doesn't have what you have, which is the context and judgment around what is your company's risk appetite? What are those some of the nuances and politics around who wants to take the ownership of the data, or who should be, having these specific roles in the data governance? That's what you add. And together the output would be very strong. And the last bucket is that I'll handle this. This is when that you need so much context and judgment to deliver a task that it just really doesn't make sense to give it to AI. And an example would be that if there was a data quality error, and as a result, the downstream report that was already sent to board members has incorrect data in it, and there are decisions already made based on that incorrect data. So this is not something that AI could help you with. You go through the framework of here's what happened, and here's the impact, and here's how we're gonna fix it, and here are the immediate next steps. But then you need to work with your manager to put it in a very polished package to the senior leaders and board members and explain what happened and what are the impacts. But how you really tailor this message depending on different stakeholders, these are not something that you can delegate to AI. So now you know what's happening in the job market and how to define your AI frontier. The question is, what are your next steps as a leader? Here are the 4 shifts that I'm making. Shift number 1, stop hiring for roles, start hiring for workflows. This is the biggest mindset shift for leaders. 4 years ago, if I wanted to build, let's say, a data team, I would hire a BSA, a data engineer, a QA, and a project manager. But today, not only those roles fundamentally have changed, and there's so much getting closer, and the lines between a BSA and a data engineer, or a data engineer and QA is really blurred now. But also what kind of skills that you're expecting those resources to have has fundamentally shifted. Let's say you need someone that's gonna build data pipelines, clean the data, running reports, handling documentation, and troubleshooting the edge cases. Quickly, you can identify that 4 out of 5 are workflows that AI can automate very quickly. So are you gonna hire someone who manually gonna do all of that, or are you gonna hire someone who's so skilled with AI that they can build those workflows and automate it and oversee it? In practice, it looks like add a frontier mapping exercise to your interview process. Give candidates a real task, give them AI access, and watch. Do they hand everything to AI? Do they refuse to use AI? Or do they divide the work strategically? That tells you way more than any technical quiz ever gonna tell you. The second shift that I'm making is train AI like you train your best employee. Most leaders give AI one shot and then they look at the result and they're like, oh, it sounds like machine, it doesn't sound like me, the work wasn't really good, it's AI slop, and all of those things. But really, you need to look at AI as a new hire, someone who has a lot of potential, but they're new. So in practice, you want to pick one repeatable workflow your team does every week. Document what great looks like, not in vague terms, but in observable, specific criteria. Then train AI on that standard. Iterate 20 times. you'll be shocked at the output. The third shift is to converge your 3 strategies into one. Most leaders are running 3 different strategies. Your workforce strategy is usually about, oh, I have this many open headcounts, I have this much money, here's the capacity that I need to build, therefore I'm going to go and hire to fill those positions. Then you have a data strategy, and most leaders have application delivery. Now I'm specifically talking about technology roles, but this could be very similar structure wherever industry you're working. You might have siloed strategies, especially your task strategies usually would be different from your workforce strategy or your financial strategy. In practice, this is how it looks like. Take one end-to-end process your team owns, then map every task in sequence. For each task, answer 3 questions at once. What data does AI need to handle this? Which is really going back to your data strategy. What tool or workflow delivers it, and if I should buy it or build it. These are all going to your application strategy. Who oversees, validates, and handles the exception, which is going to your workforce strategy. Those 3 answers aren't 3 different strategies, even though they link to very specific strategies. Those are all integrated and are building your operating model. And last shift is to protect the learning pathway or lose your future talent. This one is the one that keeps me up at night. We basically already started to eliminate the junior roles, and the data and research all backs it up. But here's what I can't understand. If we are not hiring junior roles anymore, and our senior roles will be retiring at some point, then what's going to happen about that whole missing part of the ladder? Like, who are going to be the people that somehow magically learned how to do the work and build that context around it? So the shift that I'm making is to don't eliminate entry-level roles, evolve them, less of, or run this report, and more of shadow the architect, evaluate AI output, learn to stop what's wrong. You want to pair AI fluency with mentor-intensive, judgment-building type of work. Otherwise, 5 years from now, you wake up one day and your bench is empty. Here's the one thing that I'm going to leave you with. The leaders who thrive right now, it's not the leaders who use most AI tools. They are the leaders who understand and define where is that AI frontier in their teams. What are the things that they can give AI? What are the things that they should not give AI? And how to upskill our teams. And if you're interested in learning how to use AI as your career strategist, watch this video next. See you next one.